Welcome, everybody, to Running Strong Mind Body Connection podcast. I'm your host, Karen Bonnett-Natraj. So, this podcast was born from a deep belief that true strength comes when the mind and body work together in flow, not in fight. So, each week we explore what it really means to live and lead from the inside out with powerful tools to help you shift from self sabotage to self love, from anxious to awesome, from stress to success. So you'll hear inspiring stories, expert insights, and practical wisdom from incredible guests, runners, coaches, nutritionists, healers, and everyday warriors, all sharing their journeys through challenge, resilience, and breakthrough. So whether you're chasing a finish line, healing from burnout, or just want to feel more connected to your body and mind, this is your space to grow, laugh, learn, and run strong in every area of your life. If this message resonates with you, I'd love for you to subscribe to my podcast. And you'll join me on a YouTube channel, Running Strong Mind Body Connection. And if you or someone you know has a story worth sharing, I'd love to connect. Let's keep building this community of strength and connection. All right, here, let's dive in today. Our guest today is our returning amazing Mo Bartley. So Mo and I are doing these just about quarterly podcasts to give you guys value, information, and insight and fun. So you can go back to my May 9th recording because Mo Bartley we talked there about longevity. So today is our exploration on changes. Welcome, Mo.
Hi, guys. Hi, Karen. Thanks for having me again.
So yeah, for sure. So you know, we all have changes in life, and sometimes that's one of the hardest things for us to embrace, right? And one of the biggest changes that I had last year was spraining my ankle when I was training for the Cocodona 250. And talk about putting someone out, especially a runner, cyclist, athlete, and how do we mentally handle that? And that's the toughest thing, wouldn't you say, Mo?
I think it's a real tough thing.
Yeah.
You have to redirect your whole brain at that point in time, reconfigure everything, and kind of, I don't want to say lower your goals because the good goals are always there, but kind of just change direction a little bit.
Yeah, changing direction, but and that entails a lot of the mental fitness part of it, the mental mindset of it. And I know when I did it, I never went down that rabbit hole of, um, oh crap, oh shit. I was never in that negative mindset. It was more like, okay, I thought I broke it, be the way it sounded, but I had someone staying with me and I was still positive. My goal is to get better. My goal was
Mhm.
always to, okay, embrace this. What do I have to do to get this fixed, get this healthy, and move on to training for next year? So yeah, next year is rolled over to my entry was rolled over to Cocodona 250 for 2026. So that's exciting. But it's been April and I still have tiny issues with my ankle, but I'm running. I'm still running. I did a marathon. I've done, the distances. I have a 100 miler in September, but it's the mindset that goes on with that. Mo, how would you embrace that mindset in maybe challenges that you've had in your life?
Oh yeah, as an athlete and both of us here, we've really used our body, okay? And we've put it through things that most people wouldn't even think about putting their body through. And I've had some pretty extensive injuries myself, and probably the biggest one was when I tore my Achilles. And boy, I didn't realize,
Ouch.
yeah, in some ways, I'd had this pain I was dealing with. Well, of course, I wasn't smart about it back then. I pushed through everything. I was running at the top of my game. And, when I finally tore the Achilles, well, that puts a whole different perspective on it. You can't work through that. And so when I did have to have surgical intervention, I had a fabulous surgeon at the time, and he outlined everything for me. And he also told me, if you don't do exactly what I say, Mo, you'll never run again. Well, I was like, oh, I'm going to be the best patient you've ever had. And I think I was. I think I surprised him a little bit. But anyway, that was 5 months of rehab. And I was in, a cast for, oh gosh, a good month, and then crutches, and then not being able to do the things that I love to do. So you improvise, and boy, once I got that boot on, oh, hey, look out, I can go back to gardening, I can walk with the stupid boot, So, I had to rethink everything. I had to get more in the gym and do upper body strength, and there's always a silver lining everywhere.
Yep.
And I had to keep looking at that. And my silver lining kind of came true that year, because I ended up on the podium again for cross country, which was really important for me. And little did I know that I would regain my fitness level so quickly and some of my speed, and that I would be able to do that. So I'm very, very grateful for all of that. And it was a
Absolutely.
really good time in my life just to chill. I couldn't work for a while, which was really nice. Little did I know how much joy that would bring me, and get caught up on other things in your life that you just didn't have time to do back then with such a hectic work and training schedules. So, yeah, there's always a silver lining somewhere, even
There
though it
is.
takes us a while to figure it out.
And that's a great segue in the sense that that's what I teach in my mental fitness boot camp is that the sage perspective that every situation or circumstance can be turned into a gift or opportunity. And you went into working on your body in other ways and lifting
Mhm.
and having other and taking time off to rest. So how
Right.
many athletes don't rest?
Well, most of them don't, and that's the problem.
Yeah,
And if you think you're going to get away with that continually year after year, you're not. We're all going to break at some point in time. And, that really, and Karen, this will probably change your perspective too, but, after that one, of course, I've had more injuries since then. That, was umpteen years ago. But it always put me in a better frame of mind after that, going,
right.
okay, I'm going to recover properly, and then I know I will get my fitness
Yep.
back. So it was never like, oh, here I go again, poor me. I just didn't work that way. Nobody likes to be injured. I mean, let's put it that way.
For sure, for
Uh,
sure. Well, how many people, I mean, think about this for you guys. How many people get injured and then just give up?
mhm.
Just give up. And I don't think you or I have that mindset. And I know I don't because
No.
I have fractured my fifth metatarsal. I have fractured the bone on the outside of my left ankle. I cracked that on Wasatch at the end of the last run of the Grand Slam. And it's like, okay, how am I going to get better? How am I going to get stronger? How am I going to do this? But it's having the patience to let your body heal.
Yeah.
And then you learn a lot about yourself.
Oh, yeah, you do. You got to
And
dig deep.
it's taking, you're forced into taking time to learn about you,
We think the 100 milers taught us a lot about digging deep. Injuries teach you a whole different digging deep,
right?
So, yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, so look at the challenges in your life, changes in your life. How did you mentally maneuver through that? And Mo, I mean, even recently, we've had a lot of changes
Oh,
in our
yeah,
lives.
yeah. I think this year, this last 6 months has been a big change for me, and one I didn't realize that I would be going through. Well, one of them was going into a new decade. So I hit 7-0. That was a huge change, and it's so funny. You hear all the, oh, wait till you hit 70, life's going to change, everything. Well, it was minimal. It was just me trying to get a handle on the number itself. Nothing has changed.
Right. Okay, guys. I still run with her. We go out on Tuesdays and she's just doing her little easy run and I'm doing a tempo run.
Well,
So she hasn't changed.
yeah,
She makes me run faster.
I'm good for her. She's good for me too. So, we all need to have our easy days. And then I do a little push with her, and it's really fun. And, we enjoy each other's company so much. The run goes by so quickly
I know,
sometimes. I'm
right?
like, what the heck? We're already back, So it's really good for both of us. But yes, obviously, as I've gotten older, my speed has decreased. There's different things. I've got to work harder in the gym and all that. And sometimes I feel like I'm running super fast, and I look at my watch and go, oh my goodness. Well, okay, in my mind, I am running really fast. So it's all good. And that's perspective. And I think part of that joy for me this year will be I've already had my first race as a 70-year-old. It went really well. I was super happy with it. It was just spitting that number out when they asked me my age group, that stuff. And it's just, who cares? We're all out there. And the bottom line is you better be having fun because it's certainly not paying our mortgage. And, you know, it's like, hey, I want to be here. I want to see what I can do. I want to be around my team. I want to be around all the other folks I know in the running community and putting it out there. So it's all good. It's all good. This change was even probably bigger for me because I had been at a fun job. Even when I had my professional career, I had started this trail program and I had been there, oh my gosh, since 2007 was my first year. There was a group of us that designed the program, took it from there, and little did we know that it would become a very, very popular trail program in our running community. And every year, we brought this back 3 times a year, and we put on trail runs to, go along with all of this. And I have to tell you, it gave me so much joy, and I so love sharing my passion out there for something, that has given me so much in my life. And I got new people. I got people who just wanted to learn the trails in Auburn and Folsom and, Forest Hill. We take them all over the place. Anyway, I ended up, resigning. And that was a big, big thing for me to do. And it wasn't something that I really wanted to do, but the dynamics had changed so much that they weren't sharing my professional values anymore. And I can't work that way. So anyway, moving on, I guess that was a step in the right direction because now I'm starting my own program and kind of a fun program. My other coaches who worked with me for years and years and years brought this up and said, one of the coaches said, yeah, you need to call yourself Mo Miles Training Group. Well, I did. And, you put something really fun out there and people come, it's grown already. And here I thought I was just going to put on this little fun, small trail running group. Well, like yesterday, it looked like I had 50 to 60 people out there again, and everybody's excited and people are reconnecting. And then we have new people coming in. And they're just so excited to be out there. How could I not be excited for that? So here I go. I'm learning a whole new thing. And, for me, it's kind of now or never.
Right.
Let's do it. Let's go with it and see where it ends up.
I don't
So,
think never is in your
well, maybe
vocabulary.
not. Maybe not. But,
So think about this, you guys. In case you don't know Mo, if you do know Mo, you understand. But yeah, people are just going to follow her. She's good energy. She's motivating. Mo miles, that's just not a half a mile. It's 5 miles. It's not a 10K today. It's a 20K today. It's more miles. So she
mhm.
just took off the RE.
Yeah, I always got accused. Like, I'd go out and measure everything and mark the trails and stuff, and everybody would go, Mo, it was more than 8 miles, or no, it was more than 10 miles. Okay, it was a little over. So that's kind of where the whole name came from, and it was kind of catchy, I guess.
Oh,
So
totally catchy.
here it is,
Totally
here we
appropriate.
are.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
good.
so but that's where you become an ultra runner. And I know that my brother Paul is like, well, I'd always get lost and then I end up with more miles than I thought I was going to get. And
Exactly. How
then
many
the next thing
times?
you know, you didn't think you could do it, but oh my gosh, you
You
did
did.
it.
How many times have any of us gotten lost? Well, numerous times through, and sometimes at like races that it was mismarked or it wasn't, specifically marked so that it was a good, area to look at and go, oh, this is the way I go. I mean, I had several races like that, especially back in the day, and oh my gosh. So good times, good
So
stuff.
no reason why not to run longer. It's stepping in our potential, right, too. We limit ourselves by, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do that. But then you get into a community of people that inspire you, and the next thing you know, you just did that.
Mm-hmm.
You were just
Yeah.
there. And the other thing too, which I mean, the number of people you had show up yesterday.
Uh-huh.
We've lost that ability. We've lost that specialty to connect with people. COVID turned our lives around hard,
Yeah, it did.
and
It
it
really
really
affected
put us
us.
on Zoom all the time or on text or on phone. It isolated us. And it's people now got so comfortable with that they're not stepping out. And then once you step out and you join a little group, it gets bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And it's exciting to see that more and more people are showing up, wanting to be part of something
Mm-hmm.
and stepping out of their comfort
Oh
zone
yeah, it's
and making
huge.
that change. So now we need to make that change back to we are meant to connect.
Right.
We
And
are humans that need to connect.
yeah, we are. All through, I hate the Zoom stuff. I like being in person, and, face to face with a group. And I have to say, like, this group of folks, and, it varies every week. I put a Wednesday night workout on and a Sunday. And, yes, a lot of the same people do show up, week after week. Time I can't get rid of some of them. No, I don't want to. But anyway, but the new ones that come in, it's amazing to me. And I saw this yesterday, how some of the other ones that knew where they were going, they embraced the new ones, and they were helping me make sure that everybody was going to get down the trail safely and get back safely. And some of these folks had never been out on this trail before, and it was a spectacular day out there, which was super, awesome, and the temperatures were nice. We've had an incredible summer up here.
We're in Auburn,
We're in Auburn, yeah, California.
California.
So to me, and one of the things, we're so inclusive, and people come in and they feel comfortable right away, like they're part of something. And we always laugh about it. We go, yep, here's our crazy tribe, and you're part of it now, and they're so excited to do that. And they're not afraid, because they're not the only one out there, and they're not going to be left out there on their own. And that gives people a lot of security,
Right,
which you need when you're on a
right.
trail and you have no idea where this trail goes or how far you're going to go, what you'll encounter out there. Yesterday, two of my guys who have been around forever, they encountered for the first time after all these years on the trail, mama bear and two cubs, and so they were so excited. They kind of forgot, oh, there's cubs. But it all came back. They took a video of her, and they didn't get the cubs in yet, but the mama bear was big, and then they backed away and gave her plenty of room, and they hightailed it up the trail
How
and left her
cute,
alone.
how
But
cool.
they were like two kids in a candy store when they got back. They could not wait to tell me what they had seen, and it was so precious. It's like, I know. And here we are, we live in an area where we have creatures all around
Yep.
us, and we share the environment, and we have to be respectful
Oh,
of them.
nice.
So yeah, super fun, the little things, but they go, well, we haven't seen a mountain lion yet. I go, oh, just wait when you do, and so that will all
Yeah, I've
happen.
seen the foxes cross my trail.
Yeah.
You brought up something that brought back a memory for me. I I started off in cycling, and I would go by myself, and I would just join these clubs, or I'd join a 100-mile race or something. But
Hmm.
I was always going out there by myself,
Yeah.
and there's this feeling of aloneness, or you don't know anybody,
Yeah.
or I don't know if I can do this. I'm going to be all alone on my bike ride. But it's the power of community, and that's exactly what you're doing too, is bringing these people who could be scared when they show up, that I don't know anybody,
Hmm. Oh yeah,
and
lots
they
of fear
sit in the back of the
factors.
group. They don't want to be seen because they're have that self-doubt, that
Yeah.
self-confidence, and they don't know anybody. And so what am I going to do? Then you end up leaving. And I did this every single time. I would end up finishing and just e- excited to the moon, because I just got through meeting all these people, made new friends,
And looking forward to the next
and then
time.
the next time, and then you have the confidence for the next time to show up, to the next time to show up, and then challenge yourself. And I would challenge people would challenge me, oh, well, Karen, do you want to do a 200-mile bike ride? What about a 1200K? And then I get into running. Well, let's go run a 50K.
Right, right. Yeah, it
You
goes
guys
on
don't
and
have to do
on.
that, but get out there and start
Yeah, it
training.
doesn't matter if you're going out to run 3 miles with a group of friends, or, a little longer. It will get longer as you get better and you feel more comfortable. Running is not something that you take up overnight.
Well, that's the in the topic of change. It's the fear of, oh, I can't go that far. And then
Right.
the next thing you know, you're out there, I'm just going to do a 5-mile run. The next thing you know, you did 7 miles and you
Mm-hmm.
didn't even know it, because
Right.
you're with these people. And when you step beyond that fear of change is when you embrace your potential.
Mm-hmm. It's so true.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. So I'd like to think that as we've gotten older, that I have less fear of change, and I had to prove that to myself again. you know, and I always feel like, okay, change is good, and I think it is, and there's always in everyday life you're going through little changes here and there or whatever it happens to be. And I think
Yep.
it's, I see that, with my friends, I see it with my husband, and, just small things sometimes. And it's just like, okay, I have to embrace this. So, it's going to do us more good than bad. So what the heck?
Well,
And
change is, no, besides good, it's opportunity.
yeah,
How
totally
can you be a better
opportunity.
you?
Mm-hmm. Right. How can I grow from this?
Well,
So
even so, Mo, from where you were at and you left and then stepping into this still familiar to you, but a
yeah.
different type of format or just a different world of actually you're starting your own little group business here.
Right, right.
And what does that look like? And then
Yeah, and I'm
it's
like, I've never done a business. I've always worked for everybody and done that. And so now I'm kind of like, what do I do? So I've got really good friends to help me out. Show me the ropes, so to
there we
speak.
go. There's the connections
Yeah,
and people and
yeah,
community and
yeah.
everything like
And
that.
I'm so amazed at how many people want to step up and help, and I'm lame, let me tell you. I tell you, my dear friend put together a Facebook page for me. I mean, everybody was like on it with me, like, okay, we're doing this, this, and this. And I'm like, really? Okay. So I'm learning,
So
so
your Facebook page is Mo Miles
training, Momo, no, sorry, Mo Miles Trail Training Group.
Trail Trade.
Yeah, it's
Check it
got
out, you
trail.
guys.
Yeah, check it
Go
out.
join, go
Fun.
join her group.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely join just for the heck of it. And most of the time I have a fabulous photographer out there with us. She's had some family stuff, and so she's been gone, but we'll catch up on all those fun photos too with everything. And the one thing with Diane, she's amazing at this. And she catches the joy in people's faces and all that, which is really a special talent to
A
have
totally special
with that,
talent.
which I think, so yeah, and she loves being out there. So yeah, it's good. It's totally good.
So you guys, we have my CEO is my cat,
Yeah,
Bandit, that's wandering behind my computer.
he's keeping a
He's
nice
trying to
balance.
figure out how he can get on this podcast, but the birds are more important right now.
Yeah, he was looking at a pretty good sized woodpecker out there going, one looks interesting. Oh,
Mo, what's your wise words that you would share with everybody on change?
well, wise words, I don't know. I'm learning more and more every time I turn around, but I would just tell you all to embrace it and don't be afraid of it. And especially if there's something that you really, really want to do. And, you've been a little bit scared of it, or it just might not be perfect time in your life. It's never going to be a perfect time. I can tell you that. The stars are not going to align and go, okay, time for a change. So we got to figure that one out. But yeah, I just, go for it is what I can tell you.
Yeah, go for it. And
Yeah,
I have to say that, um, we are always given what we are ready to receive
yeah.
at the moment we receive it. You were done. You didn't
Hmm.
know, but you were done where you
Hmm.
were at. You needed
Right.
to you had the opportunity now to expand into more of who you are
Yeah, yeah,
and the
yeah.
inspiration that you are.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a real good thing. So, and you can't be afraid to learn more things and think, oh my gosh, my brain is so old. How could I learn anything? But I am.
Okay, that's a comment. So mental fitness is how you
Yeah,
rewire your
yeah,
brain so
absolutely.
you don't stay in that fear of
Hmm.
I'm old. We're not
Yeah,
old unless we accept that.
yeah, we're not
And
old. Exactly.
so who did I meet? Bob yesterday, 78. Bob Becker finished Badwater 3 hours from the cutoff, 80. Come on, you guys.
Oh, there's so many inspirational people out there. Was it Wednesday? Might not have been this last Wednesday, but it might have been the one before. I had a little 83-year-old out there and a 79-year-old doing hill repeats and, whining a little bit, but not bad. And they look great. And they were having so much fun out there too. And I'm like, nobody would look at these two and go, guess their ages, and they've consistently been running for a very long period of time, and they both plan on continuing running. So, and doing their thing. So
Yeah.
it's great. And I'm inspired to see that too, because that encourages all of us who are younger going, oh, they can do it, I can do it.
Yep.
So yeah, it's good stuff.
Well,
Good
I
stuff.
think you brought up a topic that I think might be good to explore next time. And if you guys go into the YouTube channel, Running Strong Mind Body Connection, post in your comments there and tell us what you would like us to talk about.
Yeah, what do you guys
But
want to hear about?
I was considering this is something that's super important to me, and I believed all even younger because I used to be in the gym and working out, and I've trained elderly women on fitness, but move.
Mm-hmm.
We need to keep moving now. Come out because some of the people that I went to her first Wednesday night run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Karen was there doing
And
so yeah, work hard.
it was great,
It was
but
fun.
there's people there that just walk it as hard as they can. And there's a couple people that's like, I need to walk with you because you have this power walk I need to learn.
Yeah, especially when you're running hundreds. I mean, that's a huge part of a hundred
Yeah, or
miler is after
250s.
hiking. Yeah, yeah, well, that too is a whole other distance, you know. But yeah, no, it's awesome, and they do, and I think those two are getting up there also. I don't know exactly how old both of them are. If you're thinking
Actually, I
if you
think
ask them,
Sharon was
Karen's
70
83. She was the little 83-year-old out there with the
from
short
last
hair.
year. Really? She's 83?
Uh-huh.
Oh, come
I
on, you
know,
guys.
tiny thing. Yeah, ran marathons up
And
till
she look and she goes out and
yeah.
runs 10 miles. She goes
Yeah.
and she talk about energy. Talk about energy
Yeah.
with this lady. She was just a spunky little thing and
Oh, she's feisty and she didn't put up with any crap, let me tell you.
I want to be that way. I
Yeah.
want to continue to be that
Yeah. And
way.
she has no filter whatsoever, which yeah,
Go girl,
sometimes yeah,
girl power.
needs a filter. Those filters get in the way sometimes, so it's pretty funny. But no, good stuff.
Yeah, you guys. So, post your comments. Let's check it out. Check out the podcast on YouTube. Let me know your comments, and Mo will be back in a few months. So, look forward to our next
Yeah, and don't
podcast.
be shy,
Don't be
There's so
shy.
many other topics out there we can talk about, so yeah, it's all good.
Thank you, Mo.
You're welcome. Thank you, Karen. So, thanks, guys.